Hello everyone, today I need to address my mirror on it's on one of my 3rd gen 4RUNNERs. It has become floppy. Went to the hardware store, it was fine. Came out of the hardware store and it has no detent left. So I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and see if we can repair this. Try to find a replacement. None of the junkyards have anything right now that hasn't been wrecked, so I'm going to try to do a repair. So here we go. Okay, so this is a piece that was shaking around in the mirror whenever I took it off. Some kind of keeper. I can only imagine this is our problem. So from what I can see, we have 3 Phillips head screws right here, JIS most likely, but Phillips might work. And then another one right inside there. So we're going to go ahead and pop those off, see what we get. Okay, I got these screws out. These 3 are machine thread, and you can see the blue is Loctite, so you gotta be real gingerly taking these out. The one from this hole just goes into plastic. It looks like it's real coarse. I went ahead and used a little impact with a bit to get these off. Helps with the Loctite. So we'll go ahead and pull it apart, and we'll see what else we could do. So this just pops out once that screws out. Doesn't look like there's a plug, so we'll just set it to the side for now. And I can see if we look back in here, our detent spring has come apart. So we'll have to take this thing apart, see if we can get that back together. Okay, so there's 4 screws here, there, right there, right there. We'll get those loose, and then it looks like that will separate the base from the mirror housing itself. So there's no connector on the mirror side. I tried to de-pin this. I don't have anything small enough to get in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and snip these wires, and then I'll resolder them once it's all put back together. Okay, so wires have been cut. There's like a waterproof jacketing on here. Gotta get this off. Just pulls off. Fits tight, but comes off. Like that. And then we should be able to pull this through. There's that. So that's the base. And here is the bracket, the internal bracket. So we'll just pull this through. Just like that. And there's the cover. Here's a little close-up of what happened to it. It looks like this clip was supposed to sit in there and retain onto this steel piece in here, and it's let go, and I can see that the ears that catch it are worn out, so it basically just popped loose under spring tension. So I'll go ahead and get the wiring pulled loose, and then I'll see what I could do to correct it. Okay, so all I did, took the grinder with a cutoff wheel on it and just ground a new slot in. I got a little carried away on this side, made it a bit wide, but it still clicks on fine. And that'll allow the clip to slide on and retain the spring again, just like that. focus. There it is. Just like that. So one issue I'm seeing here, the grinding is going to work, but it looks like there was 3 detent balls which have gone missing. Probably fell out on my drive home once that spring popped loose. So I am going to have to find something to put back in there to give it back its detent. So to the hardware store they have ball bearings. Looks like it's going to be between 3/16 and a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to buy 3 of each and see which fits better. Alright, we're back at the bench. It looks like the 3/16 ball bearing is going to be the right size. The 1/4 inch is just a bit too big. So we're going to go ahead and pop those in and see about pushing this all back together. There we have the ball bearings in place. I just went ahead and grabbed them with the pliers. I had to snap this piece and I was afraid the balls would fall out when I pushed it in. Kind of pops, so once this part is in the hole, go ahead and put the bearings in and then it'll just set down just like that. And now the bearings are captured, allowing the detent to work. Alright, so this spring has proven to be fairly stout. It's more than I can push down by myself. Tried a variety of clamps, have yet to find a way to clamp it. So I found this is a 1 1/16 socket, and it fits pretty much perfectly in the little washer on the top. So I'm going to cut the sides of the socket so that it'll press down on that washer, and then I'll be able to hopefully slip the keeper in. So I'm just going to cut this with the die grinder, same one as we used to notch the piece out, and we'll see if it'll work. Alright, here's the cut open modified socket. I had to grind a little bit of the splines out, and that was just to make sure that the keeper can slide into here. So the idea is that I'm going to put it in the vise, set this on top, use the vise to squeeze everything down, and then through here I'll slide the keeper in and then let the pressure off. Alright, here it is in the vise. I'm going to go ahead and get it squeezed down and see if the keeper will go into place. Alright, I have it compressed down. It wanted to sit a little crooked, which is causing issues. I have this old valve from a dirt bike. I just stuck it on this side to keep it from twisting. Now you can see the space is there to put the keeper in place. I'm going to go ahead and get it put in and let the tension off. Okay, the keeper is on. I had to get it part of the way on and then pull everything apart because the socket, the thickness of the socket was taking up the space that the keeper needed. So once I had it most of the way on, relieved the tension from the vise, and then I just took a pair of pliers and just pinched it on the rest of the way like an E-clip. So I'm going to go ahead and get this put back together now, and I'll get it back on the truck. Alright, mirrors all put back together, and I've gone ahead and resoldered the wires where I cut them. I'll go ahead and throw it back on the truck. Okay, mirrors back on. Detent's working again. And that'll do it for this one. It definitely required some tools that not everybody's going to have. So I wouldn't start it unless you kind of make sure you have the tools I needed and are willing to modify some tools to make it work. So thanks for watching.